Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing Jones. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Always so many storylines when you're playing January football. And, Charles, you talk about this offense, their head coach, it's his first time in charge in the playoffs. And I think you and I were both kind of surprised by his demeanor and specifically his comments and his confidence at the press conference where he really all but guaranteed a victory.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback.
Looking for his receiver, Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashaun Gibson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night. And whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
34's a mark. He's coming. Check him. Check him. You. Check.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Montgomery on the counter. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now it's Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. This is intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. Accelerating, and off he goes. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Yo, I was covering up for the big hit, and they made me throw the ball, bro. That's crazy. I'm past the line of scrimmage. Wasn't nobody throwing that. crazy, bro.
And they're working inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now Jones. As he throws there, incomplete. I think you've got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any.
Hey, he threw 2 picks out here, man.
He's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down. I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Dangerous throw there as that's downtown incomplete. That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from the deepest penalties. He's able to knock that one away. And no need to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 1st and 1.
What?
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Barkley will try to punch it in. Now he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now, following the touchdown, here to kick it away. This is Jakeem Grant. Able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
I'm trying to figure out why all my players is like yellow, like from the jump of the game, though. That's crazy to me. Like they already tired, like.
As the line prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear, no matter the sport, they say they're great athletes. They can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done. It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing. Johnny Unitas? No, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember I was going for the age. I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? Because he had enough confidence in himself that, well, that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. One play action, Fields. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So a great throw right there, and what a regular season this rookie had, piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title, and they get the home game here in round 1 of the playoffs. But Charles, how do you think they'll play here? Will they run the same kind of wide open offense they did all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella? Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit,
You're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in it as you profess. So go ahead, continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. And so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip. And let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down now. Back up and brought down, but not before they get it inside of the 10 to the 7. Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game's loosening things up. Now there's room to run. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them to touchdown their last go around, obviously they'll be hoping to do that again. And when you start planning for this drive, and you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He'll get these other minutes right off the ball too. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And he's able to get to first before he's taken down at the 36. We tend to give those running backs and slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are ballers? Because that's how you want short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we? Vertical, downhill running. Jones throw here, right in by Galloway. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one as a receiver is got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside. And that guy will never get and they get it. And this time they were running for him as they'll stop it right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards to loss, 2nd and 12. Play action, Jones. This guy is a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. Jones with a hand off to Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Oh my God.
Taken in by Ingram. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to run forward Barkley.
Bruh, guys, man. You right there. Crazy, bro.
Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants have taken the
Losing to this
lead.
bump, bro.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home. Certainly appeared that they loved the defense and were thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, not going to the ground game to surprise the defense a little bit?
Landon, can you go upstairs? I'm in the middle of a league game.
Necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
From the 30 on second down. Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
On first down, it's Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan.
And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the...
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Santos with the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Pettis now on the return.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's Jones throwing after the interception. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Jones.
Going right back to Galladay.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 34. Gano's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate.
And he's into the clear. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And there was so much that was impressive about this play, but it wasn't just what he did downfield. How about what he did behind the line of scrimmage? This wasn't a play where he just had a direct path to get him downfield and make the big play. He had to adjust on the fly behind the line of scrimmage, and in the end, that became a tremendous run.
Pettis now on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now Jones on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable for Grant. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Being chased out left. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
A first down run by Barkley, unsuccessful, as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, we know how good he is in the running game, but here, good yardage in the passing game as he's able to shake free.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play he wasn't just thinking first down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And Graham on the ground. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
34's the mic, 34's the mic, he's coming.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Flush to his right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Boy, we've had some great running backs in the NFL the last decade or so. As Saquon Barkley might be among the smoothest of them all. What a heck of a run right there. Gano the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. Working with 2nd and 5 now. It's brought in left side by Tate. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Off play action. Fields. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And they're going to get this is beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Fields. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Dude, just put accelerated clock on, bro. Like, I don't feel like watching the time tick away.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. He's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop him right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that nearly the flip that they needed. He's very cold in though, and it's 4th down. Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the AC winner air. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchdown. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just in an interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, fact, man, just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Finding Tate, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll buy some time right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his third of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
He's going right front. The Reds is taken in. It's complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Play fake, downfield's to throw. And it's a caught for a touchdown. So hang on there. Things just get a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last 5 interceptions, this drive a touchdown pass.
I like how you describe it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go on the tank a little bit. Now, in this case, bounce back, took his team downfield, and throw a touchdown pass.
And this is going to be recovered by the Haynes team. That should just about break even on this one. Fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back, but fortunately they couldn't get it.
I know we're running out of minutes into the game, and some of us sit here with the data says that when a team's expecting an outside carry, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they can make sure we cover the ball, which is what we saw here. I was running that number is much more of an anecdotal type of number. What happened to yourself later this day? Special teams win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
99 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better with it as the night's going on. 8 yards to gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Barkley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The Charles on the losing side of things, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.